Right, welcome back everyone. So we now have a really interesting session that will run till lunch that is looking specifically at how and why we need to be collaborating towards this SFDRR targetee. So this is the target in the Sendai framework that aims to increase the number of countries with local and national DRR strategies. So we're lucky enough to have Animesh Kumar with us today, who's the Deputy Head of UNISDR in Asia and the Pacific, who's going to be co-facilitating with me, and I'll call him up in a second. But just to start off with, I'll run over what we're going to discuss today. We're going to start with a bit of an exercise on your tables, which is going to get you reflecting on the extent to which you collaborate with local actors. And then we're going to go into a bit of a setting the scene. We'll talk about what targetee is, why it's important, the progress towards this target of designing national and local DRR strategies in each country, and the importance of developing these strategies in a collaborative and inclusive way. We're then going to get really practical and talk about how different groups can engage. Animesh is going to run over some entry points for how civil society can be part of the design of DRR strategies. And then we're going to hear from some people around the room providing some reality checks for us. What are some of the realities that they will be facing in designing these DRR strategies? What are some of the realities for civil society that are trying to input and provide their value added? And we're then going to hear a couple of best practice examples and then open it up to the room to hear your efforts to be helping the government to design DRR strategies, some of your challenges you're facing in your work. And then we'll end with a bit of a role-playing, where we'll get into the shoes of the different actors involved, and we'll start thinking about, well, what could I be doing to better help towards developing these DRR strategies, this targetee of the Sendai framework. So to start with, if you look in the centre of your tables, you'll notice that there is a piece of card that's called How's Your Collaboration? It's a scorecard. I think there's enough for maybe one each or one between two. They're in different languages. And there's also one for civil society organisations and one for governments. What I'm going to ask you to do is just turn to the partner next to you and just run through the questions. The purpose of this isn't to score each other. Thank you. Isn't to score each other and decide who's doing better. It's to get you reflecting on your levels of collaboration with local actors. So if your partner is a civil society person from a civil society organisation, then you want to be looking at the blue scorecard. If the person next to you is from government, you might want to use the one that is green for governments. These are actually designed by 19 DRR networks around the world, including GNDR, and we came up with these together and we used them at the last global platform for DRR. And they were a huge hit, and people got to think about, well, these are the different entry points for me to be collaborating with different actors and working with communities. So do just spend, I'm just going to give you, 3 or 5 minutes just to talk to your neighbour and run through the questions with them. Okay? And I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Yes, of course, yeah.
I was looking for
someone is giving to you. So do you want to support effective linkages and geographic communication between communities and local? So yeah, this is now for that do you want to support national and local government sector? So what do you think? Because we
Sometimes